That is so fetch.
No, Gretchen, this movie is not fetch. Nope. Hey guys, welcome to another review. Welcome to my review for Mean Girls 2024. Now, oh my, I hate that I just said that now. From now on, I'm going to have to say Mean Girls the original now. When I say, oh, Mean Girls, when I quote Mean Girls, I'm going to have to say, oh, I'm quoting the original Mean Girls, not the remake. I never thought I'd live to see the day that they remade Mean Girls of all movies. I'm looking forward to the remake of Mighty Ducks. Well, they did make a show. Wasn't a remake, though, but Mean Girls 2024, a remake of the original early 2000s classic, hilarious high school comedy of Mean Girls. This one is a musical, though, because it is a remake of the film, but it's also a remake, an adaptation, of the Broadway show, which is a Broadway show of the movie, so it's still a remake. It's an adaptation and a remake. And it's a musical. I know the trailers didn't tell you that, but it's a musical. And it's basically Mean Girls. It's the same story. It's the story you all know. If you've seen Mean Girls, you know the movie, you know the story. They don't really change much. They change a couple things. The things they do change, oh my god, are they stupid. But you have a new cast, and they're like, oh, let's make Mean Girls again, but with songs and dance numbers, and make it more politically correct, because there are some jokes in Mean Girls, some of the best jokes, maybe don't work in our society of 2024. So let's make it more safe. Because that's what people want in comedy. Safe. Safe. And not fucking funny. And Tina Fey wrote this movie. That's insane. She wrote the original Mean Girls, which is a very hilarious movie. Tina Fey has a great sense of humor. Where did it go with this script? This script is such ass. Oh my god. All the jokes that were kind of funny were jokes from the original film. Like, that's just ridiculous. It's sad. Every new joke they put in this movie fails so badly. And the dance and music is not even that great. Just as a person who actually enjoys musicals, I didn't even think the dancing and the song numbers were all that catchy or memorable. And this new cast all suck. They're just nothing. They're not even a fifth of what the original cast was. Especially Renee Rapp as Regina George. Holy crap, that is the worst. She is the worst in this movie. The girl who plays Regina is terrible. She is not funny, not charming, and she just comes off like a psycho. Regina George, you can see why, because Rachel McAdams plays the role so iconically and so well. You can see why this girl was so popular in the school. You can see why the plastics followed her and why everyone wanted to be here, even though she was a very unlikable person. But you can see why people liked her and geared towards her. I have no idea why anyone gears towards this girl. Also, this is a 2024 movie now, and it takes place in modern times. It's different now. High schools are different. There's barely any popularity and stuff like that. Like, stuff about popularity, like, because nerds now are more popular now, so it's so different now, and just, Mean Girls is not a movie you can remake. It just doesn't work. It works for the time. It doesn't work now. And just, oh my god, the new casting, like, even the plastics themselves. In the original film, Lacey Chabert and Amanda Seyfried played Karen and Gretchen, and they both are so funny in those roles. Because they're also characters. Like, Karen is definitely an airhead and probably the dumbest characters, but she has feelings, and she is likable, and she's enjoyable to watch. And Gretchen is too. She's a girl who is all into herself, but she's also very insecure because she thinks if she's not popular, she has nothing. And there's a lot of deepness to the characters. And the Karen and Gretchen in this movie are just one-note characters. And, oh my god, they try to make Janice more, like sympathetic and everything. The they don't, at least, like, what was her name? Lizzie Kaplan, who played Janice. She was so badass. She was just so in your face and stuff. This one, they try to make her more charismatic and try to feel bad for her because she was picked on and stuff. And I get it, but just, that's not Janice's character. They destroyed her character in this movie. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. And Agori Rice is a great actress. I think she's very funny. Watch The Nice Guys. She is hilarious in that movie. She just, again, wasn't the right choice to play Katie Heron, or Caddy, like, if you want to call her that. Lindsay Lohan just had that charm, that likability, that innocence and stuff. Like, you just bought her as this person who knew nothing about high school and how she narrates the movie. She is the soul of that film, and she does a great job. And you bought into it all. You bought into her becoming the Plastics and more like them, and all of it just works so beautifully in the original film, and it's just so funny. And even the return, like Tina Fey and Tim Meadows return as their roles, and just it's just not as good. It was like watching James Earl Jones again when he was Mufasa again. Just, it was the same thing, but they're just older and blander and just feel like they don't give a shit. And Tina Fey should give a shit because she wrote the movie again. Like, it was just, it's Mean Girls. It's the same story with a couple changes, which I won't spoil what the changes are. The changes they do make, which isn't a lot, are so bad. I'm like, what were you thinking? Like, ridiculous. But just, it's the same movie, but just the comedy is more safer. And it's more tamed. And it's borderline PG, not PG-13. And just, like, oh, we can't have risky jokes and stuff. But that's what made Mean Girls so great, because it did take risks. It had an edge to it, and that's what made the movie funny and quotable, and why everybody loves it. No one's going to give a rat's fuck about this movie. After a few months, no one's going to give a rat's ass about it, because it's so forgettable and generic and so unfunny and pointless. What a pointless remake. Like, it doesn't even need to exist. It's only there to exist because they think they can market to Mean Girls fans, because Mean Girls is, like, embedded in the culture now. People quote it. There's memes about it. They think if they just make another Mean Girls movie, they can profit off of that. Typical Hollywood BS. This movie will be forgotten within months. No one is going to give a shit about this movie. Everyone will always go to the original because the original is a classic, and it's funny, and it's iconic. It's got great characters, and it's so quotable. No one's going to quote this movie or sing the songs from this movie or reference this movie. They're going to reference the original because the original is good. This is ass. What a god-awful movie. I was like, how bad can they actually make a Mean Girls remake? How bad can they really get? And I was shocked how bad this one movie was. No, I never saw the Broadway musical, so I have no idea how loyal it is to the adaptation of the Broadway show, because I've never seen it. I'm just judging it as a movie. It's not very good. It's not very funny. It's not very entertaining. And I don't know, maybe some people... maybe if you've never seen Mean Girls and you just went into this movie very blind, maybe you'll get a couple laughs and enjoyment out of it, because when I was in the theater, all the jokes people were laughing at were jokes from the original film. So I was thinking when people were laughing, I'm like, did you guys not see the original film? This is just lazy writing. Also, I totally forgot John Hamm was in this movie. He's Coach Carr. You have an actor like John Hamm who is he's talented and he's hilarious, and you give him nothing funny to say, and he's playing Coach Carr of all characters. Like, Coach Carr is a character you can do so much with, because Coach Carr is such an insane character, because he's this unlikable character, because he's this guy who wants everyone to be abstinent, but he's hooking up with underage girls. It's like the irony of it all. That's what made the original Mean Girls so good. They built this character up to one punchline near the middle of the movie, and the punchline is great. Like, it's so funny and so quotable. And again, there's talent in here, but they're wasted and they're given nothing. It's just a bad script and a bad idea. And yeah, this movie sucks. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Mean Girls 2024 a 2 out of 10. Skip this one. It's pointless. Should never been made. Go watch the original. I'm going to go watch it now because it's great. It's a classic. It's fetch. It's amazing. And don't have sex. Don't have sex in the missionary position. Don't have sex standing up. Just don't do it, promise. So yeah, that was my review for Mean Girls 2024. Let me know in the comments below what is your favorite Mean Girls quote in the comments. Raid the comment section with classic Mean Girls quotes. Give me your favorites. Give me some of the best ones. Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.